Hi guys, it's me again, Emerald YouTube again. And I got a Divi cat with me. I think Titan's going to be joining us today. Hey yo! Hey yo! Oh! What's that? Right, so we're going to see if we like... Okay. We're going to see what the surface... If we could survive on Venus. Hold on. Stop trying to get my hand. See, here, could we survive on Venus? Could we live on Venus? Here, ow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you want to play, but... Ow. I can't even do anything. No!
We've heard about terraforming the moon and Mars as we attempt to colonize space. But what about Venus? If we did manage to terraform our neighbor, one day...
Okay. Get your claw out my face.
It could look like this.
Right.
Could we live here one day? How different would it be from life on Earth?
Yeah, how
This
different?
is What If. And here's what would happen if we terraformed Venus. Believe it or not, Earth and Venus are very similar. At times,
Science?
Venus is even referred to as Earth's sister planet. They're both roughly the same diameter, have the same mass, same gravity, and are both made out of the same material. A central iron core
And they're the same
a rocky
size.
mantle. Unfortunately, the comparisons end there. Unlike Earth, Venus is extremely hot, has an incredibly dense atmosphere, and toxic fumes on its surface. What would we need to do to make it habitable? Scientists and
Right, can you stop doing that, please? Okay.
astronomers have
rubbing
been
your face.
theorizing how to terraform Venus
Everything.
for over half a century.
Titan.
The two biggest issues that need to be solved are the atmosphere and the temperature on Venus. Currently, the surface of Venus is a swell.
Oh, boot.
Altering 462
God,
degrees,
listen, let me.
hot enough to melt lead.
Yeah, hot
And the
enough.
atmosphere, made up mostly of carbon dioxide, is 93 times as heavy as Earth's. One proposed way of altering Venus's atmosphere is to bomb it with hydrogen. Hydrogen bombs,
Would you
when
stop
reacting
doing
with the
that?
carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, would create graphite and water. This would fall down to the planet's surface and cover 80% of it with oceans. Mind you, they wouldn't be nearly as deep as Earth's oceans. Venus would only have 10% the amount of water that Earth has. This
Okay.
would take a lot of hydrogen. The only way we could get enough is if we were to harvest the resource from Jupiter or Saturn. This approach would also require iron aerosol, a material that can be mined from asteroids.
Okay,
If all went
bye.
according to plan, the dense
Like,
carbon
you're not
dioxide atmosphere would be reduced to being just
You're
3
not
times as heavy as
standing on
Earth's.
my laptop.
Okay,
Thanks.
that's manageable.
It's only new.
This would also help clear the clouds of sulfuric acid that hang over
Oh,
the
yeah.
planet. Okay,
It's like
the
covered in
atmosphere
clouds that make it so hot it traps all the heat in.
is clear. Now, what about the temperature? One way to cool the surface is with solar shades, a series of small spaceships
Okay,
or one large
get out of my
lens
face.
that would divert the rays of the sun.
Let me watch
These solar
the video.
shades could be placed
Okay.
on the surface of the planet or in
Cuddle,
the
cuddle.
atmosphere,
There,
slowly
done.
working to cool down the planet and reduce radiation, another issue that would need to be resolved before we started living on Venus. In addition to solar shades, NASA thinks that we could build floating cities above the clouds of Venus.
Oh, yeah.
These would work as a safe living space as we learn and attempt to terraform the environment. To cool the planet even more and to speed up the process, cooling pipes could be put on the surface of the planet. These pipes would take heat from the surface
okay,
and bring it up to
okay.
colder parts of
Damn
the
it.
atmosphere.
Now
Now we have a suitable atmosphere, a proper temperature, and clean air. But there's one other huge issue that
What's
humans might
happening
have if
here?
they move to Venus. They'd have extremely long days
What the hell? Wait, what? Right.
and nights, since Venus rotates once every 240.
Okay, for some reason it should go insane after I went. Screen.
3 Earth days,
That's annoying.
meaning a day on Venus is 5,800 hours long. Not to mention, it's the only planet in our solar system to rotate clockwise, meaning that its extremely slow sunrise would happen in the west, and sunsets would be in the east. We could create the illusion of a 24-hour day cycle by using massive mirrors and having them rotate to reflect the sun. If this managed to work correctly, Venus would feel just like home, with maybe a touch less gravity. After all this, Venus would finally be habitable. Sure, the planet would rotate differently and you'd get a different view of the sun, but it could be another place for humans to live. Scientists theorize that it could be a backup planet one day. Studying more about Venus could teach us something about Earth. Venus suffers incredibly strong greenhouse effects, the cause of its extreme temperatures and dense atmosphere. By learning more about cooling this planet, it may unlock the secrets to cooling our own and maybe make our home last even longer. But that sounds like a story for another What If.